too fast on that one. 4:52.
What's up, everybody? If you don't know me, my name is Charlie Teeter. I'm a full-time engineer, and I'm about 9 weeks out from attempting to break 64 minutes in the half marathon, which is an average mile pace of 4:53 per mile for 13.1 miles. About a year ago, I graduated from Johns Hopkins University, where I ran cross country and track for 4 years. I ran the PRs that you see here on the screen, so I was pretty good for a D3 runner. However, I never qualified for an NCAA championship on the track, and my best finish at NCAA cross country was 253rd place in 2023. Not a result that I'm very proud of. I left college feeling pretty unsatisfied and feeling like I had a lot more to give to running. So after moving out to Oregon and starting a full-time job, I kept training. About 6 months ago, I started this YouTube channel to document my training going into a sub 2:20 marathon attempt at the California International Marathon. Fast forward, I ended up running 2:18:53, and I've grown this channel into a project that's way bigger than I had ever imagined on day one. If you're someone who's been watching this channel since that first video, thank you so much for your support. And if you're somebody who clicked on this channel for the first time today, equally thank you for your support. I really do appreciate it. Running 2:18 was a major breakthrough for me and really shifted my perspective on how far I can go in this sport. And I've dedicated 2025 to laying the framework for another huge breakthrough in the marathon when I attempt to qualify for the 2028 US Olympic team trials at some point in the next 8 to 12 months. This half marathon block is the first major build in laying that framework. I'm gonna be racing the half marathon during Grandma's Marathon weekend on June 21st. And after spending the first part of the year in base training, I am so excited to finally be turning up the intensity and getting after it to attack a really aggressive goal. With all that out of the way, let's get into what this series is all about: training. What's up? Happy Saturday. Today I've got a 7-mile easy run on deck, doing this at one of my favorite places to run, nice long dirt road. Short one today, setting up for a workout tomorrow, which should cap off the week at about 60 or 61 miles total, I think, which is actually one of the highest mileage weeks I've done in 2025. And that's one of the big things that's changed in my training since graduating college. I'm not always emphasizing mileage all the time. I have grown to really enjoy pretty strict periodicity in my training. So, you know, big training blocks with big buildups and then big downs and resting right after. So coming off CIM, my coach and I decided to basically spend the first half of this year pretty low mileage, focusing on higher intensity and building strength in the weight room. And so that's what I've been doing. And the big reason behind that is because we knew we were targeting this half marathon in June, and I wanted to leave myself a place to go in terms of building fitness in the later stages of that build. So like right now, in the last 10 weeks there, now I have an easy place to go because I haven't gone over 60 miles yet this year. I'll probably get up closer to 80 over the next 10 weeks.
No way.
One of the things I enjoy the most in training is that feeling of building up, where sort of, you know, in the first few weeks of a build, you feel like you're a little bit unfit. And then after 2 or 3 weeks, you start to see dramatic, significant improvement from week to week. Right now, I still am at a starting point where I feel really fit, but because I've given myself that room to grow going into this half marathon race, I get to experience that, you know, hopefully feeling of significant improvement from week to week, because I really thrive off that type of momentum. But yeah, 7-mile easy run today, workout tomorrow. Catch you later. Good morning, happy Easter, and happy long run Sunday. Today I've got a little bit of a shorter long run, 13 miles today, and a workout in the middle, getting the best pre-run breakfast in the game. Eggo waffles, cheap carbs, simple carbs, really good for pre-run. If you're gonna question this at all, you gotta question Yard and Goose because he does the same thing. Anyways, today's workout is 13 total miles. Gonna be doing about a 3 to 4 mile warm up, and then 5 by mile at 5-minute pace with 2 to 3 minutes running, easy rest between. On paper, this should be a pretty easy one because I'm running a pace that's slightly on the slower end of what I would normally run for mile repeats like this. and I've got 2 to 3 minutes rest instead of the normal roughly 60 seconds. These types of workouts always end up being a little bit harder than I expect because you kind of go into it thinking it's going to be a piece of cake, and then inevitably you're a little more tired than normal. So we'll see how it goes. Feeling pretty good. I got a little bit of soreness in especially my calves and feet from some hill sprints and biomechanics work I was doing on Friday. But yeah, should be a good morning. Tossing the waffles in right now. Just gonna be getting in some good carbs, hydration, and electrolytes this morning until we get out for the run. Sunday is pretty much always my biggest training day of the week. Obviously, everybody here knows I do work a full-time job, and so I usually stack Sunday as being my highest intensity training day just because, you know, it gives me Saturday to sort of rest up after the work week, and then all day Sunday to have free time to work out. So I always do 2 sessions on Sunday. I do a long run / workout in the morning and then come back, refuel, rest for a couple hours, and then get out and do my second lift of the week. I usually lift on Wednesdays and Sundays. This video is pretty much only gonna be focused on weekend training, but I will show you guys what my training looks like on my typical work schedule later in this series. Heading out now for my 3 or 4 mile warm up. I'll kind of just go on feel to see whether or not I go 3 or 4. Probably gonna go 3 if I'm not feeling as good, and 4 if I am feeling good. So yeah, we'll see. Beautiful sunny day out here in Oregon. Doing the warm up, coming back to my place, switching shoes, and then we'll get into the workout. Warm up done. Felt solid. I think I went about 3.5 or so. Now, stopping back at home, switch shoes, going with the Metaspeed Edge pairs today. Haven't worn these in a while. It's actually pretty warm out, warmer than it kind of seems, maybe high 40s, low 50s. So shed a bunch of layers. As you can see, I got the hat camera mount on to try to get some shots for you guys during this workout best as I can. But yeah, see you out there. First rep, here we go.
First one done. 4:56, so right on pace, a little bit fast. Feeling pretty good. $4:58. Felt pretty cringe on that one, not gonna lie. A little bit of headwind and I just jump onto the sidewalk, so all good. Time for number 3. Got the nice road now. Too fast on that one, 4:52, but felt a lot better. Look at this. Ideal path. 54, another good one. 1 to go. $4:50. Got it done. Felt pretty good. I'm gonna walk for a minute or so, then cool down. I ended up taking a different route for that last rep, so I'm already pretty far from home. Won't be able to change shoes for the cool down, but that's okay. Good workout. 1 mile into the cool down, got about 2 more to get to 13 on the day. Really happy with how that workout went. I think I averaged right around 4:55, something like that. I'll put it up on the screen. Was really happy to average that kind of pace without necessarily trying to run faster than prescribed. So that's a good sign. I've got, 9 more weeks where I'm gonna be running a ton of reps in the range of like 4:45 to 5-minute pace to get used to goal half marathon pace, which is 4:53. Honestly, probably in as good of a spot as I could hope to be right now with the entirety of this build ahead of me. Finish up the cool down, and then I will recoup, recover, and get ready to lift.
We're back. Now it's about 1 o'clock. I just drove and got to my gym. Spent the last few hours basically just eating a lot, drinking a lot of water, sitting around, feeling good. Legs are feeling pretty fresh again. Got a bit of a longer weightlifting session today. Probably gonna try to push the weight up a little bit from what I'm used to. I've been really trying to sort of progress in the weight that I'm using and try to lift heavier and heavier every week, just because that's a really easy measure to see if I'm, making good progress in the weight room. But again, not gonna push it too hard. I do everything mostly on perceived effort. Sometimes an exercise with a 30-pound dumbbell one week is gonna feel the same with 40 the next, and then back down to 30, just depending on how tired I am. But yeah, feeling pretty good right now, so time to lift. Finished up with the lift, just made it back home. It was a good one. I got pretty much everything I wanted out of that session in the weight room. Same thing with the run this morning to finish up a great day of training, great weekend of training, and great week overall. I think I finished up with about 62 total miles on the week, roughly 9 weeks out from attempting to break 64 minutes in the half marathon. I'm feeling really good about where I'm at with getting ready for my goal, and I'm excited to keep bringing you guys along for the ride. So catch you all in the next one, hopefully next week. As always, thank you everybody for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. Peace.